Update. My wife, 40 of 22 years, was going to leave me for another man, about to go to jail for CP. I thought I was saving my wife by forgiving her, but that decision almost destroyed my entire life. It has been nearly a year since I first shared my story. For those who need a refresher, I had discovered my wife was having an emotional affair with a man who was facing serious criminal charges involving illicit imagery. I truly believe that by forgiving her, I was saving our marriage. Looking back now, I am in a surprisingly good place. I am officially divorced, I received a promotion at work, and I managed to secure what I can only call a dream divorce agreement. I'm attending therapy, and I am genuinely happy navigating single life. Considering I married my ex when I was only 19 and she was the only person I had ever been with, this has been a massive life adjustment, but I am truly enjoying the process. As for her, she ended up marrying that man, has moved 4 times since she left, is struggling with alcohol addiction, has almost zero interaction with our children, and is currently facing eviction. The man she chose pleaded guilty to 5 felony charges related to those illicit pictures. He received a 10-year deferred sentence plus time served and is currently on probation. He is also struggling with alcohol abuse and, from what I gather, is working an under-the-table job for a relative. Since she left, he was even arrested for driving under the influence and served 90 days in jail. A lot happened between my first post and her actual departure, but I do not want to turn this into a novel. The bottom line is that she never stopped talking to him. Eventually, she had him pick her up in the middle of the night after we had been drinking, and I caught her in a definitive lie. She claimed she was at her mother's, but she had spent the entire night at his apartment. While he was serving those 90 days in jail, I met up with my ex several times. I do not necessarily regret doing that, but it is deeply depressing to reflect on now. The one thing I discovered was exactly what people warned me about in my previous post, even though I was so sure it could not be true. The affair was physical from the very beginning. She actually admitted that is how it started. She just wanted to have some fun. Almost everything I predicted would happen if she left has either already occurred or is currently in progress. The man is abusive and controlling. They have no money and are teetering on the edge of homelessness. She is having to work incredibly hard to survive, which is a massive shift since she was essentially a stay-at-home mom for most of our marriage. She has put herself and her mother into a truly terrible situation. I am sharing this update because I hope the lessons I have learned might help someone else navigating a similar betrayal. First, the most important lesson is that it truly gets better. I know everyone says that, but when you are in the thick of it, it does not seem possible. Second, the speed of your recovery is entirely dependent on the work you put in. I started therapy, had my own personal glow-up by working out to clear my mind, and I prioritized my relationships with my children, my parents, and my sister. Third, holding on makes it impossible to move forward. Every time you talk to that person about anything other than necessary business, your healing process essentially resets. In fact, holding on often pushes them further away. Fourth, I learned that you should not date too soon. While I do not regret the brief relationships I had, I am lucky they were short-lived. The lesson is to avoid trying to fill the void with someone else. Instead, fill that void with yourself. I'm sure I could list more, but those are the high points. I want to end by saying that I do not revel in what is happening to her. In some ways, it has actually made it harder to move on. I am just indifferent. I believe that is the state of mind you need to truly move forward. No matter what happened, that person did something unforgivable. Be confident enough in your own worth to recognize that and treat them like someone you used to know.